Unfortunately for Senator McCain, it wasn't to be. These are live pictures you're seeing from Grant Park in Chicago. They're watching us on the big screen there, and they can see. They must be very excited. Those are Barack Obama supporters. With Pennsylvania, we project now going for Senator Obama. This is a state that they fought fiercely over these past several weeks. Senator McCain a few weeks ago gave up on Michigan, not that far away. It was in Pennsylvania that he made a major effort, going from the east part to the west part, north and south Pennsylvania. But Barack Obama will go forward and win this state. Candy Crowley is over at Grant Park in Chicago watching this. Candy, they must be thrilled because this is a huge projected win for Senator Obama.
And what's really interesting is they know that. The fact of the matter is we have talked a lot about Pennsylvania, as you mentioned. It has been a Democratic state for some time, but John McCain put so much of his last-minute time and so much of those precious dollars into Pennsylvania, and this is a crowd that knows that. I mean, that's how closely people have been watching this race. I have been amazed from state to state to state how many people understood the whole process, knew which states were important, understood where John McCain had to win, where Barack Obama was doing well. I mean, the specificity of the knowledge of some of these voters has been amazing. I think we've seen that, obviously, in our coverage and our numbers, and I see it out here on a daily basis, how really in tune these voters are. And that's, I think, what you're seeing here, because Pennsylvania got the biggest applause of all as you've been going through these states, calling them for either Obama or McCain. And clearly, inside Obama headquarters, although they expected this win in Pennsylvania, Pennsylvania wasn't even on Obama's itinerary in the final days rolling up. He was totally in those Republican states. So they were pretty confident about Pennsylvania, but this just obviously reinforces that confidence, Wolf.
All right, Candy, stand by. I want to go out to, I want to show our viewers, first of all, Times Square. We've got cameras there. A lot of folks have gathered in Times Square here in New York. They're watching the CNN monitors there. There you can see them. They see themselves on television, so they're obviously excited. But a huge crowd has gathered at Times Square. The Obama supporters there are no doubt very excited that we have now projected Pennsylvania going for Senator Barack Obama. Let's get some feedback on how the McCain campaign might be reacting to all of this. Dana Bash is over at the Biltmore Hotel in Phoenix, Arizona. We can't stress how important Pennsylvania was seen by both of these campaigns. Dana, walk us through this loss for the McCain campaign, what it might mean.
It means a lot. It is a big loss, and Candy just laid it out from the Obama campaign's point of view. But from John McCain's point of view, we spent every both days of the last weekend there. He was there several days last week. He deployed his running mate, Sarah Palin, to that state because they, particularly in the last couple of weeks, put everything into trying to turn that blue state, the state that has been blue for 20 years, red. They knew it was an uphill climb. They have said over the past week or so that their internal numbers did see that it was closing a little bit. Public polling, I think, did reflect that as well. But look, I mean, I just got a reaction from somebody who was here when we got the news and told them, they said the reality is they're not that surprised. And now what they're doing is they're focusing on the state of Virginia. McCain aides here tell me that that is really the next thing to watch, to be honest, to see how early this thing is going to be called and perhaps how early we're going to see John McCain come out.
Well, we're going to watch it closely. You're at the Arizona Biltmore Hotel, and at some point later tonight, Dana, we'll be hearing from Senator McCain there, just as we'll be hearing from Senator Obama at Grant Park in Chicago. A bunch of states are getting ready to close their polls at the top of the hour. We'll update you on what we know. Stay with us. CNN.com. You can see all the results coming in live. Our coverage continues after this.
By the end of the night, we will have that change, but we're eager to see more cards turned over here and waiting for you guys to punch it through your computers, and we'll punch it through ours.
Would that it were that easy. David Axelrod will say to you what we say to all the campaigns on a night like this. Good luck to you. We'll be talking to you later,
Thank you.
hopefully throughout the evening. David Axelrod in Chicago. We go to Nicole Wallace, one of the former Bush White House officials who is these days of counsel to the McCain-Palin effort. Nicole, let's start on that second point. If Hispanic turnout tonight for Obama is what the Obama campaign is saying and what some of these exit polls are showing, then how did that happen? And how did that happen specifically to your party?
Well, look, the Republican Party has really done itself, I think, a lot of harm in the tone of the immigration debate, but John McCain is a shining star in the Republican Party when it comes from really approaching immigration in a compassionate way. But look, you learn two things when you work for John McCain. One is never give up, and two, it ain't over till it's over. So I would caution anyone from starting any celebrations too early tonight. There is a lot of, hope. We're still looking. We're watching for Virginia. We have really good internal numbers in the Southwest. We've been campaigning here hard. And I just hung up with my dad. He lives in Nevada. He rounded up his neighbors, and they went out to vote. So there are a lot of Americans who haven't voted yet or on their way to the polls. We have to wait and see what happens tonight, Brian.
Well, we're not casting any judgment on your dad's ability to campaign in his neighborhood, but all those areas you just named could equally be very, very tough minefields for your team tonight. And let's take Pennsylvania. After all, the McCain camp was openly saying just days ago it was must win, and you had a tough one there tonight.
That's right. We had our sights on Pennsylvania, and we campaigned there hard, and we're certainly disappointed. We don't feel like we have quite enough information yet, Brian. We thought it was called a little early. I spoke to Mike Duhame, our campaign's political director, before I came out here. He said he hadn't seen quite enough information yet, that the exit polls 4 years ago had it about 17 points in the wrong direction, so we're still going to keep an eye on that. But listen, no doubt we came into this night as the underdog. Our campaign was all about putting up a fight to the last day, fighting for change. I don't think there's any disagreement that both Barack Obama and John McCain are going to take this country in a new direction, and I think we'll have to wait until the end of the night to see which man came out on top.
Nicole Wallace, thank you for being with us from what is the traveling McCain-Palin campaign headquarters there in Phoenix, Arizona. By the way, Sarah Palin has joined John McCain there in Phoenix. Her motorcade arrived there within the hour. We'll take a break. When we come back, an update on states, an update on the electoral map. Someone who knows Barack Obama pretty well is here to talk to us as well when Decision 08 continues.
White and blue elephants upon it.
Well, I've got it on for good luck, so we'll see.
All right.
It stays if it works.
All right, Mayor, thanks very much. We're going to take a commercial break. Before we go, I just want to show you a picture from the sky of Grant Park in Chicago. It is there, hundreds of thousands of people gathering for what will be either later in the evening a Barack Obama victory speech or concession speech. But it bespeaks the level of interest and enthusiasm in this election that so many people have turned out in an area, as we talked about earlier, that has something of a dubious historic past in politics because there was violence in Grant Park during the 1968 Democratic Convention. Stay with us. Our coverage of the election results continues.
We'll produce more energy at home. We will drill new wells offshore, and we'll drill them now.
Now is the time to end this addiction and to understand that drilling is a stopgap measure, not a long-term solution, not even close.
Are you going to the bathroom more than ever?
You're not alone. Waking up a lot at night to go.
Stopping and